So it's Tuesday, Taura Tuesday.
Yes.
I think Alan just joined us now.
No, I didn't. I've been here just chilling, watching y'all from the big stage.
That's creepy.
Huh?
That's creepy.
He says that's creepy.
Well, I couldn't let myself into the conversation. I have to wait for somebody.
As long as you missed the part where we were talking about you, that's all good.
No, I heard it all. I was just like, oh, cool.
I thought y'all were gonna make me do this alone today. So.
You can carry it. You can pull it off. You did a whole 2-day online festival.
Well, yeah, that's different. I had planned for it. When you don't plan to be alone and you end up alone, it's difficult.
It's okay. We will not leave you alone. We might just be a couple of minutes behind, just to give you a hand.
All right. Sounds good. How's everyone doing today? This week? How was the week?
It's been an exciting week. Yeah,
that's good.
It feels like lots of things are changing in the world for quite a few people, actually. So
yeah. How about you, Alan?
It's been a week full of interesting events and interesting commentaries on interesting things that have been happening. So it's been pretty fascinating, eye-opening in some aspects.
Yeah.
And obviously there's the whole other, the trial that's been going on that everybody's watching, everybody's gotten interest in. So it's been fascinating. And then there are a whole bunch of other things happening worldwide. But in our community, I think we've got a few things that we need to talk about, and we could really talk about.
Okay. Yeah. So what are we talking about today? You're quiet.
I think we're starting with all these things that Alan has lined up for us.
Okay, keep it under half an hour, I guess.
Oh yeah, but just give me 1 minute. Unfortunately, I have somebody knocking, and I have to check on there. Just 1 minute while you guys talk.
Really, this guy?
I know, right?
How do we give you your own TV show? Then you go and run and answer the door.
Now people know what we're dealing with when we're dealing with certain artists and stuff. So I know we threw a few topics around. I'm not sure where we landed. So on what we were talking about today. So
well, how are things in your world at your end of the street? Since we're all home, we don't even get to the other end of the street these days.
Busy, interesting. Kids are at school, which is good, and March break next week. So, just that transition. It's nice that it was a short week for them, I guess. Mm-hmm. So just stuff going on, I guess, and all the fun that happens in the world and all the spaces that I exist in that I'm part of as well. I keep hearing that I'm a glutton for punishment. So what is there? He came back.
Yes, of course. I said I'd come back. I just had to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What did I miss?
Well, tell us what you've been thinking on that you wanted to talk about today.
Oh,
he's shaking his head.
Well,
okay, while he composes himself, we did put that post yesterday with Thandiwe. What's her name?
Thandiwe Newton.
Thandiwe Newton, yeah, reclaimed her name. So it's sad that she hadn't claimed it up until now.
Mm-hmm.
As a Zimbabwean, it's like, well, yeah, please keep it.
It's like that Thandiwe. Hello, that's a beautiful name, Thandiwe.
Mm.
And say Thandi, and it's not terrible. We say Thandi either. It's not really westernizing anything.
No.
We do short version of it is Thandi. It's
I
not.
know you know what it means, Alan. Do you want to share with our viewers
Oh
what
yeah,
Thandiwe means?
Thandiwe means the loved one. See?
Right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
it's good
So,
reclaiming it.
yeah, it's a beautiful name to say, hey, this is me, and I'm glad she came out and said, look, my full name is this, because I know my son. Look, my name is Kuda Kwashi, and people better say my name, Kuda Kwashi, and you make sure, and it's beautiful because it's important to acknowledge that names carry a lot of meaning. It's very important. So when people don't make the effort to actually say your name the right way, even the right tones, how it's pronounced, it reduces you. It takes a little bit away from you, because if we think about it, I would make an effort to say a name. Like I won't particularly mention any, but I'll go in the extra mile and make sure I pronounce it because it's important. But it seems the reverse doesn't usually happen in trying to pronounce African names.
I was thinking about this a little while ago, not too long ago, actually, and just thinking for us, when we name our kids or when we give their names, it's always something with a meaning. Like Jackie talking about she was named after a bird. Like for me, Alice was my grandmother's name, and so whether it's an English name or a white name, your parents give you that name for a reason beyond. Oh, I just really like the sound of it, right? So. For us, names are really meaningful and a part of
So I happen to know, because I know a little bit about the both of you guys, that you guys both have an English name and a traditional name, right? So I don't know if you guys want to talk a little bit about what your names are and what they mean and why. Why do you have?
So my name is Alice Kudzanai is my middle name. So that's my vernacular name, I guess. And Kudzanai means respect each other. So my parents thought it was important. And it's funny because even growing up, my parents always stressed respect within us as a family, whether, even just respecting each other as siblings, right? So I would have to call my brother like Budi, as in brother, instead of just calling him by his name and stuff like that. So respect was a big thing. So I was
Instead of some of the other names that you might call your brother, because we have brothers and we have names for our brothers.
Yeah. So so that's me.
Good one. Hi.
Yeah.
My name is Teacher Honor. It's a very simple name to pronounce. Teacher Honor, not Tika Honor or any Teacher Honor. It's pretty simple, I think. What does it mean? It means we will see. Basically, it means anticipation of the future. It's like the excitement to see what unfolds for the future. So it's very apt because I think the future is always amazing. I'm always looking into something beautiful, something amazing that I can see. And sometimes people think I'm crazy because I can see and I'm talking about things that don't seem very evident and that don't seem like they're here. But when they do show up, like, but that's what I talked about years ago, whatever. So it's kind of interesting that my thought process just goes with my name.
Yeah. One with the vision.
Yeah.
So speaking for the white people, because that's kind of my role here. How, like, you guys have beautiful names. I know that both of you will often use your English name. But how does it feel when somebody tries and maybe doesn't do a good job, but they try to say your traditional name? How does that feel for you guys?
Personally, I love people who try. Like I will forgive you anytime you're going to try. I think the thing that has offended me in the past is, because my first name is Alice, people make the assumption that I changed my name. I'm not changing my name for anybody. So that insults me more than you trying to say my middle name, which is why I think in Facebook, a lot of the times it was always my middle name, which is Kuzanai. But please do try, and ask me how to pronounce it, and I will share it with you. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually I like it. People call me Tichana. It's like awesome. I mean, when I say it, it sounds like it might be difficult, but it just rolls off with the way that we say things like no Tichana, but it's literally teacher honor,
Yeah.
and then you let it roll. And just saying that for me, it's it's pretty cool. It says, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I see the full you.
Yeah.
The full you, because that's the full me. So yeah.
You know what was funny
I can
yesterday?
say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I don't remember who I was speaking Shona with, and I'm like, it feels like I have a secret code with 2 million other people, right? in the world. So it's like there's a certain set of people we can share this secret code with, which is my language, and then if you add Ndebele, there's another 2 million people so it was, I don't know, it was just kind of a cool way of thinking about, how when you speak a second language or something like that. So
I know, like I grew up in Africa. I grew up in Zimbabwe. I've traveled quite a bit. I've been very fortunate that way. And I know that whenever you go somewhere and you don't speak the language, but you try, it builds such an amazing bridge of connection with people. And they laugh at you, but love it.
yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, I grew up in the southern part of Zimbabwe, where they speak Indebele, which is one of the click languages. And so, of course, my name has a C and a Q in it. And so my friends would butcher my name because it was fun, and they would call me Jack Q. I love. It's like only my people who really know me and like know where I come from would call me that. So it's like butcher that one. That one's fun.
That's awesome. All right, Alan, tell us what you wanted to talk about.
What I wanted to talk about. Well, there is, as we are doing this, I guess, breaking down as we discuss and go further into how discrimination works and how systemic discrimination and racism works. There's a part that sometimes is not so evident, not so clear, in that when we speak of BIPOC, I think that's it, there is something that is very evident. Black and indigenous get the shortest end of the stick. So when things are going down, you best believe the worst of it is coming to us.
Mm-hmm.
So when ideas are being put forward for implementation, we want to improve this harmony. I think it is important to then look at those who get the worst of it, to get the input. Because those who get the worst of it, when their input is actually catered to, those who don't get the worst of it have already benefited. But when a discussion stops halfway through and it doesn't reach down to the Black and indigenous, but is apparently discussed, and there's some level of understanding that needs to be given because an effort was made. An effort can be made and I still end up, I don't want to be dead. Right? I want something that happens that stops me getting to that point. Baby steps we can talk about. it's been 400 bloody years of baby steps. We want something, enough of baby steps already, eh?
I think the other part that perhaps you're not saying, and I don't know if we're even explaining it eloquently because we have this discussion behind closed doors quite a bit, but it's that, like if we look at the civil rights movement, the Black people, Martin Luther King, all those people were fighting for civil rights, and almost every other people benefited more than the Black people did, benefited more than the Indigenous people did. So I think in this space where we are today, it's let's visit the groups that have been discriminated against the most, which is the Black. Oh, we lost Jackie for a moment.
Sorry.
Which is the Black and the Indigenous folks, right? Like we can't have the other groups speaking for the Black and the Indigenous folks when they're the last ones to reap the rewards of most civil rights movements, right? So I think that's an important note.
And one thing a state is, it would be cheap and disingenuous for people to jump and run and say, "Oh, this is the..." No, let's speak reality. Let's just be very honest to each other and accept that this is the reality of how we live. So if we're saying we're only as strong as our weakest part, then the weakest part is telling you we're not getting nothing. So look at us first.
Yeah.
Then everybody else who's sitting above us benefits. It does not help whatsoever to have discussions that end up not including us. And you just get told, "Oh, this apparently is something that represents you spiritually." Oh, really?
Are we still talking about the cruisers? Are we still talking about the cruisers?
Alan went there.
It's
I
just
wasn't
old
talking
ties.
about it, but he went there. I think he's using that as an example.
Yeah, it's just an example of come on, we consult, because if consultations had been had, maybe people would have been told what symbolism and spirituality and all that some may view the lion that way, but some don't. Like I don't. I view the zebra in that way. So how are you representing me if you're telling me that spirituality? To me, I would kill a lion the minute I see it. I'm just saying, it's sometimes I don't know where the discussions are coming from, but one shoe fits all.
It's it's one of those. I wonder how much of it is cultural. I'm obviously there's many examples of leadership in Africa that's not perfect, same as in the West, absolutely. But in a more African cultural context, when you have a problem to solve, everybody sits down and everybody gets a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
Whereas in this context, there's a little group of people who make a decision about how things are and they get on with it. And they're like, "We did the thing." And everyone else is like, "What? Why didn't we get invited to help you do the thing?"
Yeah.
And they just sort of did it without you. And it's like, "We've done it." You're like, "Oh,
But
well, it's yours. That's not ours."
At least we did something. He said, "Oh, you should be happy. At least we did something." No.
I don't know if Alan, you've come across this, or Jackie, you've come across this because you speak to anti-Black racism too. But I know I've had conversations in the past year with people where I'm talking about what we need as Black people, that things need to change. And I've had pushback like, well, we don't want to give one group and leave another set of people disadvantaged. And which just it makes me speechless, because why do we not ask that question when it's another group, when it's the LGBTQ or it's the Chinese or that are discriminated against? When we are helping those communities, why doesn't that come up? Why does it only come up when we start talking about anti-Black racism? Then no, we should, all lives matter, right? When we're talking about other sects, all lives matter doesn't come up.
Discrimination is bad. Racism is bad. It's absolutely nasty. Doesn't matter where it's rearing its head at. It's nasty. It's bad. We don't want it. Right? So when we agree on that, then let's agree that there is one thing that is consistent, one group that is discriminated against by everybody, everyone in the
In the
world.
world.
Yes, wherever you go. This is, we want the stage for, not trying to be nice to more people's emotions is not now. I mean, that the truth is black people are discriminated against worldwide.
Yeah.
Right, the worst of it. Every country, you go to China, then you go to India, ooh la la. You go to the Middle East,
We go to
Europe,
Africa, it's still there.
yeah. So if we change systems in how we are treating indigenous and black people, then systems change for everybody. Because even the racism that the Chinese person is stealing from a white person or whoever, Indian or whoever, it changes because the worst of it is being stamped out. But if people keep making excuses about what about me, I experience it too. It's like, all right, but you still do it to me. Okay, we're gonna wait. When it's not happening to you, you can turn around and make sure it doesn't happen to me too. Step by step, we keep going, I guess. Right? This one stops, then trickle down economics. It didn't work with Reagan. I don't know if it's going to work now.
I think that's because it's not science. I think that's because it's supposed to be art.
But Jackie, you touched on an important part that I think we should talk about. That we I think the three of us talked about it earlier when we were talking about the festival and the panel discussion that we had, because like we kind of set it up more. We wanted to do a conversation circle as opposed to here are some experts, and the rest of you get to consume, right? Our cultural context is we are all sharing together. There's no, this is the expert, everybody else is a consumer. No, we are all consumers and we are all teachers. So let's come together and teach each other, right? And that's the same concept, Jackie, you were talking about, these people bringing down things at us. So.
Circle of equality and inclusion, circle of
mutual respect. Yeah.
Mutual respect. We sit, we discuss. Everyone throws what brought on the table. If we are all willing to open our ears now, just from where we have lived, we have experiences that add value to any discussion that we are part of. And it's important to acknowledge those parts, make them part of the policies, part of coming up with ideas of how to implement things. Because at the end of the day, they'll be coming in contact with us and our living experiences. So if you don't include us in how you're setting up, how you're going to interact with us, how is that going to work? Right. So it's important to have those circles of discussion where everyone is throwing it. And right now, even this, what we've been doing, we talking, we discussing, and we drumming up. But it would be fun that we have people requesting or wanting to be part of this, and we'll just post it on Facebook, the link, and whoever wants to have a chat can just hit the link on StreamYard and we throw them in and be part of the discussion.
Absolutely. And I think those, for any of the topics that we have talked about so far, people who want to challenge us, we will happily bring back the topic and have that circle of respect and discussion. If you can change my mind, great. And if I can change your mind, that's great too. So
if you can't, it's okay too.
If we can't, then it's okay too. You are allowed to have that opinion. Absolutely.
Let's agree to disagree, and then after that, let's have a cup of coffee. It's all cool.
Because that's how humanity is gonna survive. Like honestly, there is no other way. We're never all going to agree. We have to figure out how to listen to each other and be okay if we don't agree.
The only thing that we have to agree upon, especially if you are in a position of authority, in a position that your decision you make affects other people's lives, then we have to agree that you're going to do things in people's best interests, not because you say that is, but because people tell you that's what their best interest is.
Yeah. Consult the group that you're helping.
So we've named this like Taura Tuesday, like Taura meaning talk. Like what words, like because you guys speak multiple languages between you actually. Like what other words do we have? Like for listen to each other.
Lalela.
Lalela. That's beautiful. That feels like a song. Alan, that feels like a song.
It's funny that both Alan and I went to the same language.
Because it's melodic, it's beautiful. Lalela mzawan, lalela mtshele, lalela mzawan, sikhulume kangaka. You see, so it's nice.
Beautiful.
So that listen, my friend, or listen, my dear. Let's have a talk and see where we end up at.
Interestingly enough, the word in Shona would be another T, which is Teerera. Right? So Teerera Tuesday.
That's awesome. We should do that. It's Taura and Teerera. And people they have to say it before they can come.
It's the triple T's.
Yeah, the triple T. That's what it is. You talk and listen.
Well, I think we can wrap up. Any final thoughts as we?
I just want to remind people we are still doing the Ubuntu Spirit Awards, and we've had a couple of ideas of names that have come forward of people that have really just demonstrated this like amazing care, and community focused heart. Doing all kinds of things in the community that not necessarily African, not necessarily Black, but we want to give them a shout out for really demonstrating something that we as Africans value, this Ubuntu spirit. So if you have ideas, please, you can drop them in the chat or send any of us an email or a text. But yeah, we're definitely excited about this and excited about some of the names that have come forward.
Absolutely. And send us a message on Facebook too if you know. We are always checking that. Catch us on any of our social media platforms. We look forward to hearing from everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our thoughts.
And if you have any ideas you think we should touch on, if you have things that you think we should talk about, even if you've got some controversial topics you think people are not getting into, well, you're in the right place. This is Taura Tuesday. Like we said, this is clean.
And because we want to Lalela.
Guys, later.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.